to start in the NBA. As we usually do, going to talk first about the situation in Cleveland. There's some reports that teammates are unhappy with Kyrie Irving, the point guard, and his lack of passing. Now, we'll just look at Kyrie Irving this season, just under 20 points per game at 19.9. 4.5 assists. He is not leading the team in assists. That goes to LeBron James. 2.9 rebounds, but he's a point guard, so we won't get into that. For Kyrie Irving's career, just under 21 points per game at 20.8 and 5.5 assists per game. Now, those numbers are certainly low for a point guard, but you do have to understand that when you're playing with a guy like a LeBron James, you're going to lose some of those assist totals. I mean, LeBron James is a guy who has the ball a lot, especially on that Cleveland team. You're going to run a lot of your offense through him, especially late in games as well. And LeBron James has always been a high assist man. For a small forward that LeBron James is, he gets a ton of assists, which is not unseen or unheard of. There have been a lot of forwards who are good passers and big men as well, but certainly it's a rarity. You don't see a lot of guys. Magic Johnson, for instance, was a quote-unquote point guard. He was 6'9", though. So you have a guy in a forward's body doing it. Now, LeBron James plays the small forward position, but there's nothing he can't do on the court, especially when he's running an offense. He can get assists with the best of them. So as far as that, I'd like to see the assist numbers go up a bit, but 5.5 for his career. Remember, he's been injured a little bit this year. Got off to a bit of a slow start as well, and he was incorporating himself into the games over his last 5 games, though he's at 4.4, which is right at his average. But also, you got to remember, there is a new coach that came in. Tyronn Lue took the reins, so you're going to be learning a new offense as well. So there's certainly factors outside of LeBron James that go into it, but he's got to pick those numbers up anyway. Now, the bigger part of this story is what I'm wondering. It seems like there's a lot of noise, so to speak, coming out of Cleveland. There's always some sort of nitpicking, this, that, and the other thing. There was the David Blatt situation. There's whether LeBron got David Blatt fired, LeBron James and Kevin Love and their relationship, this, that, and the other thing. So it always seems to happen with Cleveland, and you can't be surprised because you have a situation where you have a LeBron James on a team. You have a lot of, superstar, maybe not quite superstar, but the caliber players of a Kyrie Irving, of a Kevin Love, and that's going to put a lot of expectations on that team, and rightfully so. This team wants to win a championship. They were in the finals last year. So there's always going to be these situations that come up, and a lot of things come out, and there's always people looking for whatever story, whatever quote, whatever soundbite. I'd like to know who the source is who released this. I'm not questioning the source, but it just gets tiresome a bit, and I bet that the players on the team are probably getting tired of this as well. But it's just par for the course. This is going to come with the territory when you have LeBron James on your team, when you have this much expectations. So let's see how much that's going to affect this team. Kyrie Irving is still a guy. He is going to be turning only 24 in a couple days now. 5 days from now, his birthday is on March 23rd. So he's still a young guy. Hopefully he can handle it. His dad played professionally. His dad is also involved with the teams, or maybe not involved with the team, so to speak, but he's certainly very involved in the day-to-day operations with, Kyrie Irving's brand, for lack of a better phrase to put it in. So we'll see if he's able to handle this or deal with this or figure out what it is. I've never really seen anything from Kyrie Irving that leads me to believe he's a guy who can't figure things out, who can't be professional, and can't get the job done. So I wouldn't look too much into this. I would expect the Cavaliers, they're at 48-19, see if they can get to 60 wins. They still are the favorites to come out of the Eastern Conference. But I don't want to keep hearing all these things. This team needs to get focused, especially with the playoffs coming around. And once they do that, they can be dangerous. Kyrie Irving is really getting his groove in. And that's the most important thing he's got to be concerned with, is making sure that he has fully developed himself for this entire season so he's ready for the playoffs, because he came in late.